I'm going to make this very quick. I want to thank very much Dean Conyers. And I want to start with each generation out of relative obscurity. The generation must decide what their goal and objectives are for their time and to fight them. And in our case, the issue of water, water affordability, safe drinking water, and accessible water will truly be an issue of our time. With global warming and the lack of water in both the Southwest as well as in the West, we are soon going to be in a crisis of such major magnitude that we must prepare ourselves with national legislation that addresses the issue of affordability. Now, I'm a lawyer, so it's hard for me to talk short and quick, but let me say this. In Michigan, we're working on legislation that protects shutoffs. We, in 2014, 13 to 2014, had 50,000 homes shut off for water. That meant that over 3 to 4 children, senior citizens, disabled people were left in their homes where they could not flush their toilets, and the children were going to school smelling and not able to properly psychologically prepare themselves. Dean Conyers has been involved with us since the beginning in putting together what will be a Civil Rights Act for water affordability, accessibility, and water issues in this country. And all I can say at this point is we will need the support of all of you. We will need the support of Congress to get this water affordability bill passed. And I want to thank you. We'll be here for the rest of the weekend. We'd like to have conversations with you. We have literature, and we appreciate it. But remember this, that water is life, and we need to maintain life for all of our citizens, not just people who can afford the high cost of water and sewage. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Oh, y'all can do better than that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. My name is Ron Daniels. I'm president of the Institute of the Black World 21st Century. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. President of the Institute of the Black World 21st Century and founder of the Haiti Support Project, which is an organization that has been doing work in Haiti for now some 22 years. Our major mission is to mobilize and organize particularly African Americans, to build a constituency for Haiti and the U.S. And I recognize a number of friends, some of whom I have not seen in a long time in the audience, and we always look forward to the opportunity to have this discussion about the first Black Republic. The first Black Republic, one whose future is going to be bright. We have a topic today which is entitled Forging a Pathway to Prosperity. And I can think of no nation in the world that needs to, in fact, address this issue than the nation of Haiti. In fact, we were having some conversations with some of the leaders of the Chamber of Commerce beforehand, and the way the diaspora is mobilizing and organizing in order to bring this about. So our topic today really is focused on how to make that reality. We're going to be joined shortly by our distinguished host, the Honorable John Conyers, who is the Dean of the entire Congress of the United States, and no more fierce and foremost champion of Haiti than the Honorable John Conyers, who has for years and years and years made sure that Haiti is in the forefront of the Congress and the nation. Let's give him a big round of applause for the work that he's done. Now, we expect to be joined by the ambassador, who I understand is not here yet, and the Minister of Environment, who is supposed to be joining this panel. But we don't want to hold you. We want to move straight forward with the conversation. And so we have a very, very distinguished panel this afternoon to address you. Some of you have seen some of them before. The first speaker is no stranger. He comes every year to these sessions, Brian Concannon, and he has been a strong advocate for Haiti for many, many, many years, and I remember proudly in the early days founding the Haiti Support Project, always consulting with him when I went to Haiti. So we're going to go in this order, the order in which I introduce the panel. First up will be Brian Concannon. He's the Executive Director of the Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti. Mr. Concannon manages the BAI in Haiti for 8 years, from 1996 to 2004, and he worked for the United Nations Human Rights Office from 1995 and 1996. He founded the organization. He founded the organization, has been director since 2004. He helped prepare the prosecution of the Robotai massacre trial in 2000, one of the most significant human rights cases ever in the Western Hemisphere. Really significant. I was at the Center for Constitutional Rights at that time, and I certainly remember this as being a milestone case. Mr. Concannon has received fellowships from Harvard Law School and Brandeis University. He has trained international judges. He has a distinguished career of being a strong civil rights, human rights advocate for Haiti. Next up, we're going to have Ms. Najee Mokandat. Okay, well, she'll correct me when she comes to the microphone. She's the former deputy director and professor of the University of Quisqueya at the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation in Haiti. She has a master's degree in economics and specializing in banking, finance, and insurance from the University of Paris at the Sorbonne. She obtained her bachelor's of business administration and international finance from Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C., and she has worked both in the United States and in France. She will be our second presenter. Third, we'll hear from Ms. Chad Bisonette. The organization is Roots for Development. She holds a bachelor's degree in international relations from American University in Washington, D.C. Before graduating from American University, she spent a year at Emerson College in Boston. Traveling for Haiti for the first time in 2005, she co-founded the Roots Development in 2007, and she'll be talking to you about that. And then we will hear from a representative of the Loomis Foundation, Georgette Mulher, who has spent much of his time in the north of England, managing various projects. But in 2005, the J.K. Rowling's founded Loomis to address the problem of institutionalization. Soon afterwards, Georgette was asked to lead Loomis programs. She assisted the founding and directing of a development of a mission and strategy. And the goal is to make sure that there are no children who are left behind, so to speak, and are living in situations of abuse. So this is the order in which our speakers will present, and then after which we will hear from Mr. Conyers. We ask you to spend no more than 5 to 7 minutes. I will be on the clock.
Mr. Conyers is first.
Oh, Mr. Conyers is now ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, let's bring him in. And I guess maybe and in Guzu Saba, we call it kuumba, creativity, right? So we have to improvise. And we're good at improvising, right? African people are great at improvising. But no improvising is needed for the Honorable Dean of the Congressional Black Caucus, Dean of the Congress. Give it up once more for the Honorable John Conyers, one of the great civil rights, human rights leaders of our time. The Honorable John Conyers, who will now present opening remarks.
And our distinguished visitors from Haiti are with me. Do they have seats up here? Take these. Take these. Yeah.
What a full house, standing room only. Let's give our distinguished leaders from Haiti, who some are ambassadors, some are ministers. We welcome you with deep admiration and support the great progress that has been made in Haiti. Let's give them all a round of applause right here. Thank you for being with us, gentlemen. I am pleased to convene this annual issue forum on Haiti during this 46th annual legislative conference of the Congressional Black Caucus. As many of you know, I've long had an abiding respect for the nation and the people of Haiti and its leaders. I admire them so much and the progress that they've made. And as a member of Congress and the Congressional Haiti Task Force, I've been a staunch advocate for the political and economic growth of this nation. Now, since the early 1990s, Haiti has been a prime focus of United States efforts in the hemisphere. Our objectives have been strengthening the democratic institutions and respect for human rights, deterring drug trafficking, and promoting stability throughout the Caribbean region. In pursuit of these goals, I have traveled to Haiti on several occasions over the years to engage the government and civil society on issues of importance to both our country and to the leaders of Haiti. Now, Haiti is in the midst of another important political year because of continued election issues. Haitians are scheduled to go to the polls again this October to vote for a president. And I'm optimistic, however, that this rerun presidential election will be successful and Haitian citizens will have an opportunity to participate in an election that is fair and open to all of those who are qualified. Haiti continues to experience an influx of people. A court ruling in 2013 that retroactively stripped Haitian Dominicans of their citizenship is having unprecedented effect on the Haitian economy and housing. This issue presents interesting questions, but the one that I'm interested in is how the Haitian community will be able to continue on its path towards redevelopment. But notwithstanding these issues, the nation continues to rebuild. Reports show that Haiti is on a promising path to remedying its most troubling public health issues. Most recently, the United Nations admittance to involvement in the cholera outbreak is of tremendous importance. The efforts to improve women and children's health are clear, and public health officials have worked tirelessly to continue combat the cholera epidemic. Avenues to achieve economic stability, namely through tourism, mark a clear path toward stability for Haiti. Because there are so many issues that could potentially slow the Haiti path toward redevelopment, serious conversation must be had about it and its political future. A robust parliament and carefully democratically elected president can facilitate Haiti's path to a better future. Let's unpack these important questions this afternoon. How do we reconstruct Haiti's political climate to improve housing, education, and economic development? As part of this conversation, we are honored to have with us today the Ambassador of Haiti to the United States, the Honorable Paul Altador, and Haiti Minister of Environment, the Honorable Simon Deussel Deseras. And I now, with pleasure, return the podium to our excellent moderator again, Dr. Ron Daniels, who serves as the president of the Haiti Support Project. Ron, take it over.
Again, our great champion, the Honorable John Conyers. Without further ado, given the time, we're going to bring immediately our ambassador to address you and to give his perspective on the issue of the path forward towards prosperity. So, Ambassador, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Daniels. I'd like to start by thanking the Honorable John Conyers for extending this invitation to the government of Haiti, to the state of Haiti, by way of its embassy here in Washington, D.C. It is truly an honor. It is with great humility that we've accepted the invitation to be present here this afternoon with your guests and engage, as you put it, in a serious conversation about Haiti. We hope, I'm going to keep my remarks quite brief tonight, so there will be sufficient time for us to engage in that conversation. And I hope this conversation would be informative, instructive, but more importantly, different how we're actually approaching Haiti. We have a couple of state figures from Haiti, and I would give them time to enlighten you in terms of the political aspect of Haiti in current time as far as the elections are concerned for October 9th. And with the few minutes that have been allocated to me, I'd like to take that short period of time to bring your attention to what I consider a serious concern that I've been raising in terms of the development conversation as far as Haiti is concerned, that has to do with most of you here, because most of you sitting here, either you are sons, daughters, friends, or allies of Haiti. I think that's why most of you are sitting here. So most of my remarks, I'm hoping to engage you, and I'm hoping the congressman here would allow us to use his platform and also probably ask you to become one of our champions in engaging folks interested in Haiti, whether they are friends or sons of Haiti or daughters of Haiti, in this new conversation about Haiti's development perspective. About 6 months ago, I'm here in DC, I ran into a former colleague of mine, and he was in the company of a successful African-American businessman. And as this former colleague was introducing me to this gentleman, I've yet to say a word to him, and my colleague told him, I'm from Haiti, and that I'm the ambassador. And again, before I said a word, his first reaction was, Ambassador, your poor country, how can I help? And the certain thing that came out as a successful businessman, he said to me, you know, I just have this foundation, I'd like to be involved with Haiti. And I still have yet to say a word to him. And the last thing he put out was explaining to me that his son is a sophomore in college here, and instead of letting his son go to spring break in Cancun, how can the embassy be of support so that his son can go and help Haiti for a week. And what I just illustrate, and again, for those knowing or interested in Haiti, it's a little bit symptomatic of how Haiti is being perceived. Charity destination, the place where people want to feel pity for, the place where people think the only way we can be useful to them is to a foundation, is to philanthropic activities, and more importantly, even the younger generation. The only way they can think of Haiti, Ambassador, can I go to your country and do some capacity building during spring break? And for that to continue, I'm saying, wow, these, by the way, these are friends, those folks I consider friends, sons, daughters, and allies of Haiti. And here they are, in my view, putting a language out there, putting a discourse out there about Haiti that in reality is doing more damage to the country rather than actually helping it come out of its cycle of underdevelopment. So what does that have to do with you? And I'm saying a lot. Because for those of you who are not Haitian or from communities of colors, those are the same cliches. You know, you go to certain places. You go to downtown Detroit. You go to South Central Los Angeles. People do not think of many of these communities as places where you can actually, communities can thrive and grow. It's a place where, like I used to tell my friends, it's an after-school program. That's how Haiti has come to be perceived. And perception at times go much further than reality. So many of the issues at stake as far as Haiti's development agendas are concerned. Yes, the elections to be held on October 9th are critical. If they don't happen, and I'm hoping they happen well, and they will happen well, but at the end of the day, the political impasse, that's not what Haiti's most pressing issues are. There are some really pressing issues, but until we begin to actually open our mind to looking at Haiti differently, I'm afraid that the trend is moving in the wrong direction. And for too long, the discourse on Haiti, in my view, has gone into the wrong direction. 4.5 years into my tenure as an ambassador, not one, and I'm making the tour of colleges and universities, not once would a student would tell me, Ambassador, I'd like to go to your country and spend a semester abroad. In other words, this country of Haiti is seen in the eyes of so many as a place where we go and do things and help them, not a place where we collaborate with them. Again, I'm talking about the discourse here, perception. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of what development agenda we should approach. So from that point of view, if at least 2 generations of young millennials today, when they see me, all they think of, Ambassador, I'd like to go help your country, there's a problem. And I'm saying the friends, the allies, the sons, the daughters of Haiti, somehow, and I'm not taking myself out of it, I'm afraid we're actually being part of this conspiracy to keep Haiti down, despite our goodwill. So what does that take? That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping the congressman can become one of our champions in rephrasing a little bit the way people look at Haiti. On August 13, the New York Times, and I encourage most of you, all of you here, to actually read this article. The New York Times ran an article about kids and college admission. And the title of the article said, you want to go to Harvard, comma, go to Haiti. I really encourage you to see that article. This is what the country has become synonymous with. Something that is small, something that is petty, and I'm saying for us to really engage in that conversation about Haiti's development objective, something needs to change. It needs to change in the mind most and foremost. So next time, as an ambassador, I'm saying, you know what? I'd love for the State Department to look at Haiti as another country as opposed to have a special coordinator office just for Haiti. Special means what it means, special. You always need special attention. In other words, am I wrong or am I wrong? So in other words, we as a country, we can stand on our own feet. We need the community of folks out there, those who are outside of Haiti, to stand in solidarity with us. Not simply say, sit down, we're gonna speak on your behalf. Go sit down, we're gonna actually help you and determine what your problems are, therefore here are the solution. And I've seen firsthand the consequences of that post-earthquake. Everybody had their little program as to help and save Haiti with very little local input. Very little local input. What I'm saying here, somebody's telling me they're gonna save me from my illness, but you need to ask me what my illness is. And for too long, this discourse, in my view, has actually become a handicap in addition to all the other ills Haiti suffers from. Some of them are local, and in my view, again, regardless of your politics, something's gonna happen on October 9th. By the end of the year, by February 7th, there will be a new administration in Haiti. The problem's still gonna remain whole. So next time I'm saying to you, look at yourself, look at the folks you interact with when it comes to Haiti. Would any of you here today consider sending your son, your daughters to Haiti for a junior year program abroad? Most likely not. There's gonna be 20,000 other reasons why it's not doable. In part because deep down in our mind, we have wired our brain to think Haiti is just this place where we feel sorry for. And that's becoming an issue. And for the past 4.5 years as an ambassador, I have not been able to do my job because the conversation can never move forward. All the emails, all the ambassador, I want to open a 501c3 in Haiti. Can you help me? There's a problem here, folks. And I'm not talking to the, what we'll call the enemies of Haiti. I'm talking to the son, the daughters, the friends, the allies of Haiti here. Enough with everything that has to do with Haiti is bad only. Haiti is nothing, is just like any community here. With its good, with its bad, and everything in between. So when somebody's asking me what's going well in Haiti, I said to them, you know what's going well today? There's two 17-year-olds going on a date tonight. That's a sign that the community is thriving. There are problems, but again, that's what it means. Just the same way, and by the way, that gentleman I met, he was from Boston. When I landed in the States for the first time, I landed in Boston. He's from a place called Mattapan. Mattapan is a place where most people will tell you, don't venture there. It's a war zone. But what did I find in Mattapan in Boston? A community with its problem, but also community with families. But the cliches of Mattapan would actually, my ESL teacher when I first got in Boston told me, why you people go there? But again, we probably heard never setting foot there. So what I'm saying here, in essence, there's a necessity. It's imperative today, in 2016, to begin a new conversation. I think the development conversation, as far as Haiti is concerned, is at one discourse. More 501c3s are being opened, more there are problems, and so forth and so on, and we continue that cycle. I think, like the congressman said, there needs to be a serious conversation. So there needs to be serious thinking about what we're saying here. The resources in Haiti are too scarce for them to be wasted. Again, for all of you who have taken time to be here, it's a sign, it's a testament of your interest in seeing Haiti move in the right direction. And I would hate to be here on this podium next year or 10 years from now, again, talking about political impasse, talking about disaster, talking about charity. And I think it starts with some of us here in this room. Let's begin at least open our mind to look at the discourse in a different light. And the rest of it, again, there are serious issues. We are serious people. We're going to address them for what they are. Problems with solution. But we just need to actually be smarter in the way we approach Haiti. I thank you for your time.
I think the point is that it's to be called reframing, right? The whole reframing how we look at Haiti, and the point has been driven home. In order that we do have an opportunity for some Q&A, however, we really do need to condense the conversation a bit. So we're going to invite now the Minister for Environment to come and speak. But in the interest of time, brevity is in order so that we can really have what you have asked for, Mr. Ambassador. That is an opportunity to naturally engage the audience.
Thank you for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I would like to extend my special thank to Congressman Conyers, who is a longtime friend of Haiti. When you think of Haiti, most of you will remember January 12, 2010. Certainly, the most deadly earthquake in the history of the Western Hemisphere, and likely one of the most catastrophic in the modern history. The international community came to assist, saving lives during the first weeks and after the sinking doubled the damaged area. Reconstruction was the focus, and everyone had a solution. Well, 6 years after, tons of robbers have been lifted. There are few uplifting stories to be shown, and the lives of Haitian women in poor condition. It is clear that the Haitian people realize there would be no progress or development in their country without fair, democratic, and transparent elections. Stability is a necessary condition for investment. And for Haiti to reach sustainable economic growth, political stability, and social justice, it requires more than just humanitarian assistance and NGO interventions, as it has been the case for the past 15, 20 years. The government I represent has made a firm commitment to hold those elections under the leadership of President Jocelyn Privé, and we have the support of all the political parties. These elections to be held on October 9th are a must for Haiti. I am here to tell you they will happen. And unlike the past, there will be no direct interference for the government in these elections. The government led by Prime Minister Jean-Charles has publicly made a strong commitment of total neutrality. Even members of the government who decide to either run or openly support a candidate were obligated to resign from their posts to avoid any perception of conflict of interest. It is truly a first in Haiti. No state resources would be used to support any candidate. Such, we made those decisions because we want to ensure that the process is as transparent and as fair to all citizens. Traditionally, the international community has played a significant role by financing Haiti's elections. The elections to be held on October 9 will be fully financed by the state of Haiti. From where we stand, the choice not to finance this election is a good thing. As a country trying to build its democracy, financing its own election is a big step. But we have the support and the comprehension of the majority of the population. It is almost universally accepted by the Haitian population that we must undertake this final sacrifice to prepare the future. Even our diaspora undertake this final sacrifice to prepare the future. Even our diaspora largely based here in the United States is committed to joining their brothers and sisters in Haiti in this new challenge. Several of the organizations have made missions to Haiti and met key influencers in the public and private sector. Election will be held on the 9th of October, 2016. That is our only focus. Commitment and choice. It is the good choice. All the political parties are campaigning and holding meetings all over the country. It has only been a few hours since the Chancellor received the first delegation of OAS Electoral Observation Mission. They had a meeting with the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Clearly, until now, there is no real fever. Perhaps because after a process that seems to never end, money is a rare commodity. It is yet unclear on the type of leadership that will emerge from the process, but we can hope that the best should win at the end of the day. We Democrats in Haiti understand your frustration and we share it. We believe that we are reaching a big milestone, and more than ever, we welcome your support. Help us defeat those who don't believe in democracy, those who don't believe in equal chances, those who don't believe that Haiti can rise and reestablish itself as the pearl of the Antilleans. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope to come back here to talk about the progress we have made. Not every year coming here and talking about election issues, leaving behind the other issues. Thank you for your attention.
Well, I'm supposed to be impartial, but y'all can do better than that. That's some pretty good news up in there. An impartial, the commitment to an impartial election, and a commitment that Haiti is going to finance its own election. That's deserving of another round of applause, right? Self-determination is incredibly important. So now we want to take just a few minutes because we do have other panelists and we have some other elected officials here who are to speak. But the ambassador did want to engage the audience, which is a good thing. And so we want to provide an opportunity for at least a couple of questions. Where's the microphone? And we have the microphone there. So who wants to take the first question or perhaps a brief comment? And in both instances, please let it be brief.
Hi, my name is Salima Muhammad. This question is also to the ambassador. One of the things that you had said about is the dialogue that people talk about for Haiti. And one of the things I would like you to consider is maybe perhaps, and I'm not going back and forth, but it would be wonderful, because it sounds like the people of Haiti and the children are very serious, that you would also consider, when you all are looking at colleges to send your children abroad, to consider the historical black colleges here, because we need representatives for our children from serious-minded children as well. And if that's the case, comment on that.
I think maybe let's take a couple of questions and then have an answer. Well, if you have a comment, go ahead.
Good afternoon. First and foremost, I'd like to really thank Congressman Conyers for standing firm on Haiti over the years. Thank you so much for your commitment. And thank you to all the speakers this afternoon. I do believe that, and I'm going to make it short, the day Haiti opens a national dialogue, the day Haiti develops a short-term and long-term plan, right, to put Haiti on the rail of development, the dialogue and the perception and the way Haiti is talked about will change. We will not need to correct anybody because we would have a plan, and then the diaspora will believe in the plan, the dialogue will continue around the nation, and then everybody will partake in making sure that this plan is implemented. But as long as we don't have a plan, we will continue to be dictated of how to govern our great nation.
Okay, Keenan, one more. Okay. So far, we've got a discussion about exchange with historical black colleges and university and the need for an open dialogue are the two questions that have been posed, or the latter was a comment.
Right. My name is Dr. Babacar Mbow, and I did my PhD dissertation on Haiti in 1979. And from 1979 to today, I work exclusively on Haiti. This is also to say that Congressman Conyers, who is like a father to all of us, kind of give us the inspiration to keep moving. Ambassador Altidore, I have had the pleasure of you visiting with us at the University of Syracuse. The question is about, the fundamental question about what we are facing today in Haiti is a question of education. You cannot develop a nation that is not producing more than 10 PhDs a year. It will not happen. We have to focus on the education process.
Okay,
After
we have
the-
a question. We have a question.
Right. After the 2000 earthquake, for some who said some people were not
but
there.
Is the question a focus on
Right.
education?
Well, yes.
Okay, so
We were there at the earthquake. We launched the program of one African Francophone country, 120 Haitian students. We have turned around and asked the Black Historical College to also match by giving scholarship to the young Haitians because 2010 were a white year in the sense that those that have the baccalaureate in Haiti could not go to university because there were no university. Syracuse University is the only university that responded by giving 15 scholarships to Haitians. At their arrival at Syracuse, Ambassador Altidore attended that day. So we need to really change the narrative and just stop reproducing this model of development. That is a Western model of development. It will not work, it has never worked, and it will never work. Thank you.
okay, so we have three basic questions. The first one is, and the last one was sort of the comment sort of complimented that the whole challenge really to have Haitian students identify with historically black colleges and universities, number one. Number two, the question of developing a national and international dialogue, international to the degree that it involves the Haitian diaspora. And the last one is the incredibly important priority of education, particularly as it relates to the need to have people graduate from higher level institutions and produce master's and PhD candidates.
Thank you. I'm going to try to actually address all these issues at once. I am the ambassador of Haiti here in the year 2016. This coming Saturday, actually in 2 weeks, there's going to be a museum opening here in Washington, D.C., celebrating African American history. Our first in Washington, D.C. You would think that needed to happen a long, long time ago. And the point I'm making, back in the 1930s, there's somebody who looked like me, who had nappy hair like me, who came to Washington representing the state of Haiti. He was folks from the NAACP. He was African American who actually stood and went to the White House to ensure that somebody who looked like me, who probably wouldn't be able to walk into a front of a hotel, make certain that you treat that brother well. So this is not lost in our mind. Now, that being said, relating to the issue of dialogue, and by the way, if I make extra point with this, the civil rights movement. Most of Haitians who've earned their PhDs in the States, most of us, like me, who went on to graduate school, we've done it in part on the backs of African Americans. Let's be real about this. So in that sense, it's not lost in our mind, not just the history, but what this community has done for Haiti silently. Silently. So now I'm making a purpose of mine to actually tour the history of black colleges and universities. And again, we're going back to the cliches I talked about. And we're among families here, right? And even with the camera here. If those who are Haitian or of Haitian descent, they will know what I'm talking about. Chances are one of the first advice, you live in Haiti, you're coming to the States, talking about cliches. You want to advance in the States, stay away from those black people. Stay away from them. So we come here with the same stereotypes that I'm saying we need to fight. I'm sitting in Manhattan in Boston, but a black American, you're not like me. I'm better than you. You're just a hoodlum. So I'm saying it's a process. And that process has to do with this dialogue this lady is talking about. Now, with respect to this dialogue, I do have a little bit of issue the way she addressed it. The Haitian Constitution today, the one that's been, and we have two senators here. He used to be the head of the Haitian Assembly, and there's a current senator here. There's a constitution that says, if you can prove either your mother or father is of Haitian descent, by default, you are Haitian. So now I'm saying, according to the latest census, there's about 800,000 Haitian American living here in the U.S. with the PhDs that he's talking about, with everything in between. And now what does that mean in my mind? I'm saying, oh, by the way, under the law, you are as Haitian as I am. So therefore, that dialogue, it shouldn't be taking place in Haiti and waiting to be invited to be part of that dialogue. It's your party. You do not need to be invited to your own party. Impose yourself in that party. That's what I'm saying, as far as that dialogue and our diaspora is concerned. Now, of course, it's gonna take some time because there's a lot of political issues that need to be addressed along the way. But at the end of the day, I'm saying it's not us, a group of Haitians living outside of Haiti and waiting for that card to come in the mail saying, hey, by the way, we'd like you to come be part of that dialogue. We're saying, let's be smart. How do we engage Haiti in that dialogue? Because one of the things I've seen as an ambassador, with everything that's happening in Haiti, there's always an emergency to address. And along the way, you're asking these same folks, and this is no excuse, I'm simply laying out the reality of it. Hurricane, this, that, riots, and all of these things, and somehow you're asking somebody to sit in the boiler room to think about how to fully integrate its own diaspora into the picture. The engineering of it is not that simple. And now with somebody actually with a fire hose putting fire out left and right, the time is no longer there to actually address some of these issues, including this idea of how do we fully and efficiently integrate our diaspora into this development discourse. I know that's missing, but at the same time, I'm simply saying, for those folks who are Haitian American descent, we need to actually engage in our own conversation as to how we become a member of the party that's taking place at home rather than waiting for the invitation. I'll send an invitation to Congressman Conyers, but at the same time, with your Haitian American identity, you are part of that conversation. Let's make it happen. Let's find constructive way to make it happen. Let's discuss the engineering. That's why we need the PhDs and the masters and everything in between. But ultimately, it's not, don't sit on the sideline waiting to actually butt on the field. It ain't gonna happen. That's wishful thinking in my view. And on the issue of education. And again, let me use this point to illustrate a bigger concern I have as far as the perception. And I say this all the time in Haiti. I'm assisting with great pity the destruction of what we call the Haitian University. Now, in terms of diplomacy, every other day, there's a country calling me, ambassador, we have 30 scholarships to offer to one of your students. I'm saying there's a problem here. One, what does that mean? It's either I'm sending my best and brightest away to the detriment of the local university, or I'm sending my worst away, which means I'm sending a worse image of the country. As opposed to, let's think strategically, what is it we're trying to do in terms of collaboration between universities and universities. So today, a young student sitting at American University, a student sitting at Georgetown, I'm saying, wow, if and only if we can engage in a conversation with this institution so that the students can come to Haiti for a semester. What does that mean? It means they have to find housing. So there's an entrepreneur out there who needs to build housing for those foreign students coming. It means they have to actually get transportation. What does that mean? There's an entrepreneur out there who's doing a number of things. So what I'm saying here, we lock ourselves into a mode of thinking about Haiti that doesn't work. And somehow we keep pushing in the same direction as if it's gonna give a different result next time. So now I'm saying, there's a way perhaps we can send students for PhDs. Haiti is a small country, about 10, 12 million people in-house. So I would much rather have a student at the Science University who does his undergraduate, and then we send him to one of the HBCUs. We send him to Harvard or MIT or wherever else he'd like to go. But the idea that everybody's actually on the cheap, by the way, offering scholarship left and right to the detriment of whatever we have locally, we're destroying the very foundation we think we're gonna stand on. That's what I'm saying, that's a problem here we need to address. And we need to be smart how we address it, as opposed to let's throw resources at the solution and we think it's gonna solve. Enough money has been sent on Haiti, and look at the result. So I just don't want to, I'm just simply saying, let's be more strategic so that we don't run in this cycle over and over and over again. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I really, really wish we had time to engage more, but we have other panelists who have also come, and they are deserving to have an opportunity. They've traveled, they're here, and we also want to hear their presentation. And indeed, at the end, we will also hear from the Honorable Carl Murat Kantar, who is president of the Committee on Health of the Haitian Senate, so at the very end. So we also want to make you aware of that. So next up, we had the order, I think was Brian Concanon. Would you speak? And actually, why don't we just pass the microphone from there? Yes, and we'll just pass the microphone back and forth. And I said 5 to 7. That's impossible now. We have to condense it down to more like 3 to 5. And because we're supposed to be out here at 6 o'clock, and I'm counting heads, and so don't blame me. I'm just trying to do the best I can. Go ahead, Brian.
I'll do the best I can, and feel free to use the hook if I don't do well enough. I just very quickly like to thank Congressman Conyers for his historic and principled support of democracy and justice in Haiti. I've worked on Haiti issues since 1995. He was there doing great work long before that, and it's been encouraging how much he has contributed over the last 21 years. Ditto for the Congressional Black Caucus, which time and time again has provided critical support for Haiti's democratic process. And I'd like to thank Congressman Conyers' office for inviting me to this panel, and to everybody who's participating in the panel, and in both up here and in the audience. I keep thinking about Ambassador Altidor's invitation or observation that no one wants to study abroad in Haiti. And I've got 2 kids. They're too young. One's in 1st and one's in 3rd grade. So they're not going to be coming down to Haiti soon. But my commitment from this panel is tomorrow I'm going to start planting that seed. Because I know that Haiti's a fantastic place to learn. I lived in Haiti for 9 years. I'd like to think that I did contribute something to Haiti when I was there, but I certainly know that Haiti contributed a lot to me. I was an American history major. I have a law degree. I learned an awful lot about what it means to be an American by being in Haiti. I learned an awful lot about what it means to be white. I learned an awful lot about democracy and about being human. So I would certainly endorse that call for going to Haiti and learning a lot. One of the descriptions of this panel was the need to move beyond politics. And I think Minister Desras, just the fact you've got the Minister of the Environment just talking about elections, I think that itself was a sign of why you need to do it. But he had a very good explanation of how much the government is putting into these elections, which is great, but it would be much better if he was able to talk about what the government was being able to put into the environment and other pressing problems. And this political crisis that's been going on for years has really been sucking the energy out of all the kind of long-term work and planning that needs to be done to address the fundamental problems like economic development, housing, and education. And I think in part, one response to Marlene's question about the need for planning is it's extremely difficult to do a long-term plan when you're in a ministry where your expected term of office is a few months. And what Haiti needs is, as several people said, is this kind of stability that allows people the luxury of time, the luxury of thinking about the long term, of not having to worry about the fire that they're dealing with right now. And it's obviously important for people in Haiti to move towards that, but they need our help. They need support from people outside of Haiti, and I think that our record of the United States of supporting that is decidedly mixed. There's plenty of good things that the U.S. has done, but there's also plenty of areas where our role could use some improvement. There's a bunch of handouts out on the table. There's a report that just came out last week, a good article about how our government interfered in the 2010 elections, and it's all based on internal emails from U.S. government officials, how that precipitated the current political crisis. There's an election observation report that's just out today, that's also, the executive summary's out there, that talks about how the international community during the course of elections in 2015 really discouraged democracy. That's the title of the report, it's Discouraging Democracy, really discouraged the development of a broad-based effort to improve the elections, and contributed greatly to the continuation of the crisis now. And although it's great that the government is putting in all this effort to have elections by October 9th, and I'm certainly hopeful and confident that they will be better, those elections should have been done a long time ago. Not to blame this current government, but the Constitution said those things should have been done a year ago. A couple quick comments. I'm a lawyer, so when they say if you've got a hammer in your hand, every problem looks like a nail. I just like to put in make a few observations about how the rule of law and the justice system is essential to other kinds of development. For people, when you talk about things like housing, the fact that no one can prove who owns the land is one of the biggest problems in establishing housing. It came up during the earthquake when people couldn't do rebuilding because they didn't know who owned the land. It happens all the time. It's a disincentive for people to invest because you build a house and you're afraid someone's going to steal it from you and all your investments going to be lost. In other areas, and we're going to talk about economic development in both small and large scale, one of the major impediments is the inability to enforce a contract. And whether you're a small market woman or a multinational organization or a multinational corporation, one huge risk you have in Haiti is that you can't necessarily enforce a contract, or that one of your competitors who's better able to manipulate the corrupt justice system would have a competitive advantage. And so that needs to be resolved as part of improving the climate for all sorts of economic activities. And in terms of education, people have the right to an education. That's a right that should be enforceable and would be with a better justice system. Obviously, in the United States, we talk about desegregation and Brown versus Board of Education, which was achieved in part through the courts. That's a sign of how powerful that can be. I'm sure Georgette will talk about how individuals need to be able to assert their rights against all kinds of different abuse, and for that you need a justice system that will work. I'd like to talk a little bit about, there's sort of some negative stuff in terms of the political crisis. One huge positive was raised by Representative Conyers, and that's that the UN has agreed to take some significant measures to respond to its legal liability on the cholera front. And the details haven't been worked out, so I think people shouldn't be counting the chickens, but that's a potentially transformative event. This can give Haiti the opportunity to install the water and sanitation necessary to stop cholera. If you stop cholera, you're also stopping 3,000 other deaths from clean water. You're freeing, especially women and girls, of the burden of fetching water. You're freeing the families of dealing with the disease, which opens up all sorts of opportunities for people to work instead of fetching water, girls to go to school, and it'll have a ripple effect across the society. And one of the most important positive effects is, as Ambassador Altidore was talking about, developing government capacity. It's an opportunity for the Haitian government to be empowered to take on the responsibility and to have the ability to provide the basic sanitation and water infrastructure for its people. The U.S. has been a little bit ambivalent on this. Especially at the UN, they've opposed accountability, although at the same time making some important contributions towards water and sanitation. Representative Conyers wrote, there's a handout, it's a different color, it's a pink one. This is a Senate letter written by Senators Markey and Rubio, but in June, Representative Conyers, along with Representative Mia Love, who's a Republican, they put out a letter that got 159 signatures to John Kerry urging him to take leadership. I don't think it's an accident that it was only a few weeks after that letter came out that the UN did an about-face and turned around and said, yes, we're going to accept responsibility. So I think I'd like to thank Representative Conyers and all his colleagues for that step. And this is literally talking about saving thousands of lives a year. And I think we're not there yet, but the potential for this to be transformative can't be underestimated. And we still need more. The U.S. needs to take more leadership. We need to push. We need to make sure that the Haitian government is involved in all aspects of the response, that the Haitian people, especially the cholera victims, are consulted. We need to make sure that everything that's done is sustainable, that it's not just you plump down a water treatment plant, as has been done, but without the ability for the government to continue to work it in a way that it is sustainable.
The hook is out.
Okay, I'm hooked. Thank you.
And next, there was a reference to the universities that the ambassador made, and we have someone here from the University of Quisqueya, and so next up. And hold the microphone close so that you get good amplification.
Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me to speak to this panel. I'm going to talk about a project that the University of Quisqueya initiated about 2 years ago, the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. It is working through economic development, but through business creation throughout the country, so promoting entrepreneurship. For this project, I traveled throughout all 10 departments of Haiti to promote and train business owners, micro and small businesses in various sectors throughout the country to help them either formalize their businesses legally, because a lot of the businesses in Haiti operate in the informal sector, or managerially. But my focus today, it will be more for rural women in the agricultural sector. One of the things I noticed from traveling again throughout the country is that in rural areas, women are the main breadwinners of the families, and which you can see it that the saying of that they say that Haitian women are pillars of society, and you really see it when you go out in the countryside because they do everything. They plant, they harvest. They are also the ones commercializing the products that they produce, that the lands produce. That they do this under strenuous circumstances. The working conditions are very poor. They work very early in the morning until very late at night using traditional methods that we do not use anymore, that are obsolete in developed countries such as here. They have lack of access to transportation because of the infrastructure problem of roads in certain areas. I can give 2 examples. I went to Ansouj to visit where we produce most of Haiti's salt. And you can see that the people working to produce the salt are the women. They do it using traditional methods again. They have 2 basins that collect the seawater to evaporate the seawater, and the women are there barefoot with no special gear that protects their skin against the salt. So again, as I said, they work very hard in very strenuous circumstances. But our role for the Center of Entrepreneurship is to educate these women, and again, not just those women, but everyone else that we work throughout various sectors, to teach them how, not only what the business that they're doing, that they can transform it into something that's formal, to kind of group together that will give them access to credits or loans that will help them possibly produce more and even get to the level to export, as opposed to losing a lot of the produce that they produce. In Plateau Central, a small village that I went to see where they produce pineapples, a lot of their production was lost because they had no way of getting it to the major cities surrounding Plateau Central, whether in the north or in the west. So most of the pineapple would rot, or local animals would eat it. So what they were able to sell was minimal, which means the income that they could have produced from that production was lost. So our focus, which I think has been effective, is not only to help give them the tools necessary to better manage their business, and also help them get access to maybe machinery that they have a lack of to improve their situation. I believe that from my personal experience in seeing all this in Haiti, that the government has put emphasis on agriculture as a mean of growth and prosperity for Haiti. But I also think that since when you see that mostly women are the ones who are farming the land, who are working in these areas, that they should also put emphasis on women economics activities as an effective strategy for economic development.
Thank you so much. We want to now go to Chad, but before we do that, I just wanted to, the NAACP was referenced in the ambassador's remarks. I just want to say that the president of the largest NACP branch in the United States of America has joined us, the Reverend Wendell Anthony from Detroit, staunch friend and ally of Congressman John Conyers. I was given a different order, so Georgette, you're next, and then we go to Chad.
Sorry. Hi, I'm going to stand up because I'm really small, if that's okay. It's a real honor to be here. Thank you so much. I work for Lumos, which is an international children's organization, and we started a program in Haiti, totally run by a local Haitian team, 18 months ago. We work across the world because, unbeknownst to many people, there are 8 million children at least living in orphanages and institutions around the world that seriously harm their health and development and expose them to all forms of abuse, neglect, and violence. And across the world, 80% of those children are not orphans. They have living parents. They are there because of poverty and a whole series of issues that I'm going to tell you a little bit about now, because I'm going to focus in on Haiti. In Haiti, I'm sure you know, there are approximately 32,000 children living in 760 orphanages across the country. Only 114 of those orphanages are officially registered with the state authorities. The rest are operating outside the law. They take children in without any proper legislation or any proper regulation. No one knows how many children go into orphanages and leave orphanages every day. Once they go in, nobody knows what happens inside apart from the people who have access, and no one knows where they go afterwards. So there is a shocking situation in Haiti, but Haiti is not the only country like this. This is a problem. It's a global problem. We know that the primary reason that most of those children in Haiti are in orphanages, again, more than 80% have at least one living parent, is because of poverty. But it is also because of something very interesting going on that the ambassador mentioned earlier, and that is to do with the extremely good intentions of people who travel down predominantly from the United States to Haiti to help. Yeah? And they go generally on these short-term missions and work in orphanages. And so many people want to work in orphanages. This is a huge business internationally now. But you have young people with absolutely no skills and qualifications to work with very damaged children who are put into these orphanages, shocked by what they find, absolutely no idea what to do about it, but they just think, well, let's keep pouring some more money and some more resources into this. And what's actually happening as a result of all that money and enthusiasm going down is that some people have realized that the foreigners love to give money to orphanages, and as a result, they set them up. They pay people called child finders. I'm sure there are other people in the room who know this and what have you. Pay people called child finders who go out into the community and aggressively recruit and deceive parents and coerce parents to give up their children. Very often it's about education. We will give your child an education, but so often when they get into these orphanages, no education is provided. Not only that, in order to get more money from the donors, they will purposefully starve the children in order to get pictures of emaciated bodies that they can put on the internet. And we have lots of case evidence of this, which is in this report, which we're publishing in a couple of weeks, and we've brought some drafts here for anybody who's interested. In order to get more money, they are exploiting and abusing these children. What we've also found is that children are actually dying in these institutions. Children are being sexually exploited. We have helped rescue young girls at the age of 10 with sexually transmitted diseases and so on, who are in orphanages that are supposed to be providing care. Now, we've been working really closely with IBERS, with the BPM, and with the Anti-Trafficking Committee, because what is happening in many of the orphanages in Haiti is trafficking in children. And so we've actually helped to close 2 orphanages. We're in the process of closing a 3rd as a way of demonstrating what's possible. 133 children, 75% we've already been able to get home with the tiniest bit of support for their family. And what I just finally want to say about that is that we've done a bit of an analysis, and we have found out that from all of these mission trips and NGOs and faith-based organizations coming down to Haiti, approximately $105 million per year is being poured by these organizations into these orphanages in Haiti. Much of that money is disappearing. Very little of it is actually helping children. And if we think about what that money could do, that could put 500,000 Haitian children into school every year. So we talk about education, we talk about charity, we talk about philanthropy. This is so misguided and misdirected, and we need to make that change. The great thing is, as I've said, the Haitian government are absolutely committed to this and to changing this. There is a plan in place to close the worst 150 orphanages over the next 3 years. It will cost about $15 million. Lumos is putting in $3 million to that, and we're looking for other donors to help us so that we can support the Haitian government to really make this transformation happen and to show what is possible. So anybody who's interested, there's more information in this report. There are copies outside, is that right? It is in draft form at the moment, but anyone who's interested, the information is there. And I think the final thing that I just wanted to say is that when I started my campaigning work, like sort of 35 years ago, the thing I first got involved with was the anti-apartheid campaign. And in those days, I think that we didn't imagine that apartheid would ever end, and it did. And I just want to say that when people look at a problem like this terrible abuse and trafficking of children in Haiti, in what are supposed to be caring environments and what most people imagine as caring environments, they think that changing that is impossible. But as Mandela said, it's only impossible until it's done. Thank you.
And now it's Chad's turn.
Thank you. First, want to start by saying thank you to Congressman Conyers. We met this past summer, and it's an honor for me to meet him, not only for his work that he's done with Haiti, but for what he represents for me as an American, his history and the fight that he's led here in the United States, and his staff as well, who invited me to be here today. Thank the representatives from the Haitian government, especially the ambassador, who I've known for quite some time now and has been kind of a sort of mentor, a kind of providing me with direction and guidance and hope and excitement for Haiti, sometimes when it gets a little tough to have it. And when he mentioned changing the dialogue, I reflected on my speech and what I was going to say, and I said, is this positive enough? And I thought, well, I could change it. I could start talking about the beautiful Haitian artwork I have in my apartment. I could talk about my beautiful Haitian fiancée. I could talk about a lot of positive Haitian things, but I'm afraid they did not invite me here for that. And I thought about what I'm going to say, and I realized that it actually is very positive, and it is, I think, it's an alternative approach to doing something that's happening in Haiti, that has been happening for a long time, that can be changed. It's the same sort of idea of changing the dialogue. It's changing the way that we provide aid, changing the way that we, the dynamic in terms of who's making decisions, changing the where resources come from. Do they come from somewhere else and enter Haiti, or do they start from coming right in Haiti, from Haiti first? I am the executive director of the organization called Roots of Development. We've been working on the island of La Gonave for over 10 years. It's Haiti's largest island. There's about 120,000 people there. And it's a perfect example of this reality that you have in Haiti of a very remote, very rural location where the government is not as present or as strong as one would hope, where some basic services are not being provided. The private sector is not really thriving there. There's not much of a private sector. And so what happens in these circumstances is communities are there and are the ones to try to face their challenges on their own. Now what happens is this is when aid comes into play. Aid and NGOs come in to fill this gap. When the government isn't very present and the private sector isn't very strong. Now the problem is that while helpful at times, far too often this aid leaves populations dependent on outside directives and leadership. This dynamic of dependency fails to foster local ownership over development. Communities are left ill-equipped to strengthen the skills needed to lead and manage their own development, which jeopardizes the sustainability of these efforts. So it's along these same lines of changing the dialogue, changing the mindset. How do we change the power dynamic in Haiti so that the very people that all of this aid is meant to be for, the very people that are living with these challenges are the very ones able to manage it themselves? So Roots of Development tests and strengthens and is working with this dialogue. We don't have all the answers, but what we're doing is we're trying to figure out how to help more communities be the leaders of their own development, access the facilitatory capacity building workshops, exercises, and trainings to help them build up that capacity locally so that whenever you get to building infrastructure, building new systems, that the very people themselves there can manage it and maintain it, which really increases the sustainability of all of these efforts. Increases the strength of the population and increases the independence as a whole of the country. Now, we've been doing this for 10 years. We've worked with several communities throughout the island of La Gonave. And to give you an idea, for those of you who perhaps know the challenges that are in Haiti, we've helped communities build full-scale clean water facilities, which is exciting because people are drinking clean water. But what's most exciting about that is that was built by the community, their decision for what was most important to them at that time in 2008. And today, without another dollar from an outside entity, without any type of support in any other regard, since then that water facility has been fully maintained and managed by the local population of La Gonave. We've seen huge successful cases in South Korea of nationwide community-driven development. We've seen successful cases of it in the Philippines. And I think with the challenges that Haiti faces, especially this dynamic, I saw a statistic not too long ago. In 1960, it was about 83% of the population lived in the rural areas of Haiti. 2015, it was about 41%. There's a shift out of the rural populations. And I think that's because resources are being concentrated in one location. If we can help populations that are living in these rural areas, which is a good portion of Haiti, mobilize their own resources, strengthen the leadership that already exists there, you can see a lot more change come from within. And this whole dynamic of the aid and the impact of aid in Haiti change. So the dialogue needs to continue. This approach needs to continue to be tested and strengthened. And I hope that that continues. Anybody who's interested in that, check out the organization, volunteer with us, work with us, and help us navigate this path of trying to increase local leadership, community capacity building, so that the very population themselves are the ones who are leading, managing, and maintaining their own development efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now our final, one of our presenters has to be excused. We thank you for having been here and for your participation, and please feel welcome to, let's give him a round of applause for having come and presented. And now our final presenter, and we will actually have a few minutes. We've been granted a little extension of time, so we'll have a few minutes for Q&A after this next presentation. And so now the Honorable Carl Marat Cantave, President of the Committee on Health of the Haitian Senate, is our next and final presenter, after which we will have a few minutes for Q&A then.
Je m'excuse.
And he's going to be speaking through a translator, yes.
Je m'excuse, je vais devoir parler français, parce que je ne parle pas l'anglais.
I have to present my apologies. I'm going to be speaking in French because I don't speak English.
On ne peut pas aborder le problème de développement d'Haïti sans parler de l'histoire un peu.
We can't enter the subject of development in Haiti without speaking of its history.
Haïti a passé 200 ans sous la domination française.
Haiti spent 200 years under French domination.
Et Haïti a connu de grandes saignées au cours de cette occupation en termes économiques.
And Haiti went through some very strong and difficult times, some major bleeding economically during this occupation.
Après cette occupation, Haïti a eu son indépendance,
After this occupation, Haiti had its independence.
mais Haïti a payé pour la reconnaissance de cette indépendance aux Français près de 17 milliards d'euros.
And Haiti paid close to 17 billion euros for this independence.
Ensuite, Haïti a connu l'occupation américaine pendant 19 ans.
And after that, for 19 years, Haiti was occupied by the United States,
Il y a eu encore des saignées au cours de cette occupation.
which caused further bleeding during that occupation.
Ensuite, Haïti a connu la dictature des Duvaliers pendant environ 30 ans.
On top of that, Haiti underwent the dictatorship of the Duvaliers for close to 30 years.
Et au départ de cette dynastie, elle a emporté près de 800 millions de dollars américains.
And upon the departure of that dynasty, they took with them close to $800 million U.S.
Et tout récemment, Haïti a connu un séisme dévastateur.
And more recently, Haiti went through a devastating earthquake.
Sans compter les différents gouvernements autour de ces 3 dernières décades qui ont fait beaucoup de corruption dans le pays.
Notwithstanding the various governments for the last 3 decades, which had a lot of corruption.
En termes de santé, aujourd'hui, ça ne marche pas.
And as to health today, it's a very difficult situation.
Les indicateurs que nous avons pour la santé sont la mortalité maternelle est de l'ordre de 157 pour 100 000 naissances vivantes.
And the statistics that we have in health are the following. Maternal mortality is 157 per 100,000 live births.
Le taux de mortalité infantile est de l'ordre de 59 pour 1000.
And the rate of child mortality is 59 per 1,000 live births.
Actuellement, le PIB d'Haïti en termes d'économie, le PIB, est de l'ordre de 8,8 milliards par année seulement.
And actually, the the national product is $8.8 billion a year,
Le pire de la région.
the worst in the region.
Et Haïti connaît une extrême pauvreté.
And Haiti is now experiencing extreme poverty.
Près de 24% de la population gagne seulement
Close to 24% of the population earns only
1,23 $ par jour.
$1.23 a day.
Il y a près de 50% de la population qui gagne 2,24 $ par jour.
And 50% of the population earns $2.24 a day.
Et il y a 10% de la population qui a un risque élevé de tomber dans la pauvreté.
And we have another 10% of the population which is at high risk of falling into extreme poverty.
Maintenant, comment résoudre ce problème?
How do we resolve this problem?
Quelles sont les méthodes de résolution de ce problème?
What are the methods of resolution of this problem?
Tout d'abord, il faut identifier les priorités.
First, we have to identify the priorities.
Deuxièmement, il faut identifier les moyens pour adresser ces priorités.
Secondly, we have to identify the means to address these priorities.
Et surtout, il faut trouver un consensus entre les différentes parties pour pouvoir aborder avec succès, je dirais, ces problèmes.
And most of all, we have to find some kind of consensus among the different parties to be able to address these problems successfully.
Quelles sont les stratégies de développement?
What are the strategies of this development?
Quelles sont les stratégies résolutives?
What strategic resolutions can we follow?
Premièrement, identifier les priorités.
First, as I said, identify the priorities.
Les plus grandes priorités haïtiennes sont l'accès à l'emploi.
The greatest ones are the following: access to employment.
Et pour y arriver, il faut améliorer le cadre réglementaire des affaires.
And to be able to get there, we have to improve the legal infrastructure for business.
Il faut construire les infrastructures et services publics de base.
We have to rebuild or build basic public infrastructure.
Il faut investir dans le capital humain.
We have to invest in human capital.
Parce que sans éducation, on ne peut rien faire.
Without education, we cannot do anything.
La Chine a investi près de 40% de son PIB dans l'éducation.
China invested more than 40% of its worth in education.
Les États-Unis ont beaucoup investi dans l'éducation.
The United States invested a great deal in education.
Pour sortir de l'ornière, il faut investir dans l'éducation.
And to get out of this situation that we're in, we have to invest in education.
Il faut organiser et faciliter le fonds de la diaspora vers des investissements productifs.
And we have to facilitate and organize the funds that are sent by the diaspora towards more positive investments.
Deuxième priorité, c'est accès à la nourriture.
Second priority in Haiti is access to food.
Haïti, à elle seule, peut nourrir toute la Caraïbe.
Haiti on its own could feed the entire Caribbean.
Mais on ne peut pas arriver à cette situation. Pourquoi?
But we can't reach this level because
qu'on n'a pas assez investi dans les systèmes d'irrigation pour l'arrosage des terres.
Because we did not invest enough in irrigation.
Parce qu'on n'a pas investi dans les instruments agraires.
We did not invest in agricultural entrance.
Parce qu'on n'a pas augmenté le financement agricole.
We did not increase agricultural finance.
Parce qu'on ne consomme pas assez le local. On importe.
Because we don't consume our local production enough, we import.
Chez nous, on pratique l'agriculture artisanale.
At home, we practice artisanal agriculture.
Alors qu'il faudrait pratiquer l'agriculture entrepreneuriale.
While we should be practicing entrepreneurial.
La troisième priorité, c'est l'accès à la santé.
The third priority is access to health.
Est-ce qu'on peut accepter dans un pays que les femmes enceintes meurent comme ça?
Can we accept in our country that pregnant women die at the rate at which they're dying?
Est-ce qu'on peut accepter dans un pays que les enfants meurent comme ça?
Can we accept that children die at the rate at which they're dying?
Sur chaque 1000 enfants, il y a 59 qui sont morts.
For every 1,000, 59 die.
C'est inadmissible.
This is inadmissible.
C'est inacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
Il faut adresser le problème de la santé.
We have to face the health issue.
Il faut casser la dépendance du système de santé de l'international.
We have to break this dependence that the health system has on the international sector.
80% des dépenses de la santé sont prises en charge par la communauté internationale.
80% of the health spending in Haiti is done by the international sector.
Seulement 20% des dépenses sont prises en charge par le secteur public d'Haïti.
The public sector only takes charge of 20% of health spending.
Il faut aussi améliorer la gouvernance du secteur.
We also have to improve on the administration of the sector.
Les ONG chez nous font ce qu'elles veulent.
Non-profits in Haiti do whatever they want.
Et on appelle chez nous la République des ONG.
And that's why they call Haiti the Republic of the non-profits.
Il faut renforcer structurellement et fonctionnellement les services de prestation des soins.
We have to reinforce structurally and functionally the health delivery services.
Quand l'Haïtien qui a la capacité financière a un problème de santé,
A Haitian who's financially able and has health issues,
ou bien se rend à Cuba,
either he goes to Cuba,
ou bien il se rend à la République dominicaine,
or he goes to the Dominican
ou
Republic,
bien il vit aux États-Unis.
or he comes to the U.S.
C'est un pays que nous avons, il faut renforcer structurellement et fonctionnellement
That's
les
why
services de prestation des soins.
We have to reinforce structurally and functionally our whole system of providing health
Il y a un
services.
problème de rétention du personnel.
There's a big problem with retaining health personnel.
Sur chaque 10 médecins formés, il y a 8 qui partent, qui laissent le pays.
Every 10 doctors who are trained in Haiti, 8 of them leave the country
Parce qu'ils ne sont pas motivés,
because they're not motivated.
parce qu'ils ne sont pas bien pris en charge.
They're not well paid.
Il faut motiver le personnel de santé pour le retenir.
The health personnel has to be properly motivated so that we can retain them.
Il faut investir dans la santé primaire
We have to invest in primary health
pour pouvoir promouvoir la prévention.
to promote prevention.
Il faut installer un système d'assurance de santé universel pour ceux-là qui ne travaillent pas.
We have to institute a universal health insurance system for all of those who don't work.
Priorité, accès à l'éducation aussi.
Another priority, access to education.
Il faut standardiser l'éducation. Il faut standardiser l'éducation.
We have to standardize education
Parce que nous avons une éducation à 3 vitesses.
because we have an education system with 3 levels.
Une
for
éducation
speech.
dans la capitale,
One in the capital city,
une éducation en province
one in the provinces,
et une éducation en section communale.
and one in the rural or communal sectors.
Il faut assurer la gratuité de l'éducation conformément à la Constitution.
We have to ensure that education is free as required by the
Il faut
Constitution.
investir dans la formation des maîtres.
We have to invest in the training of
Il faut
teachers.
valoriser le métier de l'enseignant.
We have to render more valuable
Renforcer la régularisation et la supervision du système scolaire.
and we have to reinforce not only the standardization but the supervision of the entire education system.
Pour terminer,
To finalize,
il y a les stratégies, les moyens qu'il faut mettre en œuvre.
the strategies and the means that we have to put on the table.
Il faut le renforcement des institutions.
We have to reinforce the existing institutions.
Nos institutions sont très faibles
Our institutions are very weak.
parce qu'il n'y a pas de respect de la Constitution.
There's no respect for the
Il
Constitution.
n'y a pas de respect des échéances démocratiques.
There's no respect for democratic
Parce
structures
qu'on ne renforce pas le cadre réglementaire.
because the regulatory infrastructure is not reinforced.
Parce qu'il n'y a pas de renforcement de la capacité de l'État pour arriver à instaurer l'État de droit.
And there's no respect or no means to reinforce the state's capacity, which can in turn give people their rights.
On fait comme chez vous, comme en France, comme partout, il nous faut une bonne gouvernance.
As it is here in France and everywhere else, you need good governance.
Assurer la réforme de l'État.
Ensure the reform of the state infrastructure
Renforcer les institutions de contrôle de l'État.
and reinforce all of the institutions that help the state control
Établir
the
une
infrastructure.
culture de résultats.
And establish a culture of results.
Et faire ce qu'on appelle la déconcentration et la décentralisation pour que tous les fils du pays soient capables de trouver quelque chose pour pouvoir progresser.
And we have to do what is called decentralization so that all of the sons and daughters of the country can do what is necessary so that we can progress.
On ne peut pas aborder le problème de développement d'Haïti sans la paix.
And we cannot do any development in Haiti without peace.
On ne peut pas aborder le problème de développement d'Haïti sans la tranquillité.
We cannot do it without tranquility.
On ne peut pas aborder le problème de développement d'Haïti sans qu'il y ait justice, sans qu'il y ait équité au niveau de ce pays. Merci.
And we cannot have development without justice and equity at all levels in that country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, we want to, we have a couple of minutes. Let me just say quickly that some of you have on your chairs, or you were presented with a little document, like this document, right? Everybody saw this? Well, we hope that you all got one anyway. We have a major conference coming up, State of the Black World Conference 4, and we are going to invite our ambassador to be a part of the Pan-African Institute for this conference, November 16th through the 20th, because Haiti has always been a very central part of the work that the Institute of the Black World 21st Century does, as well as the Haiti Support Project. So I have a couple of more at the end that you can potentially grab. It's going to be a great gathering. Also, just want to give a quick shout out to someone who works very closely with us, Jamil Debay, who works with the Haiti Support Project and the Institute of the Black World 21st Century. There were some others who were here as well. So if there's a microphone, yeah, there's a microphone there. We'll take, we'll have a round of questions and then responses. There's been a specific request as to whether or not Reverend Wendell Anthony would like to make a comment or to raise a question. Let's make it concise because we're short on time. The congressman actually has to go receive an award, and so we want to make it as concise as possible. So go right ahead.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
going to make it very quick since I know we press for time. First, as a daughter of Haiti, I would like to thank Congressman Conyers for your love and dedication for the well-being of Haiti. As well, I would like to humbly ask that the ambassador of Haiti and the elected officials start working on a key to present to Congressman Conyers, just like you present the key to the city here in the United States. If you please start working on something like that, we would appreciate it, because he has done so much and we can never repay him for what he has done. All right, now I'm going to go ahead to the question.
Yeah, please, because
And
if
I
we get
thank
to
the entire
preliminaries,
panel.
we won't-
Yes, I'm going to make it real quick. Okay. Being a daughter of Haiti and have traveled also to different cities in the States, I know the diaspora is very frustrated with what's going on in Haiti. And the conversation that you mentioned is long overdue, and I know that we want to help. But how do you think that you can convince the diaspora to buy into the conversation in order for us to be able to make a greater impact on that conversation for the benefit of Haiti? And this is your question, and while I have the mic, the question that I have for the lady who presented on the entrepreneurship.
One question at a
Okay,
time.
all
One
right, so
question.
I'll take
The role
one.
of the diaspora is the question, so that will be answered, okay? Reverend Wendell Anthony, at the chair's request, then I see Eugenia. Is it Eugenia? Is that Eugenia, Charles? Oh, no. Anyway, then you're next. Reverend Anthony next.
We'll talk after that.
Reverend Anthony has yielded, so right here, yes, you have the microphone.
Hello, I'm a second generation Haitian American. My parents are both Haitian. And I've been to Haiti a few times, so I know the potential and the beauty that there is in Haiti. The question I have is, I think it's a very known fact that Haiti is a corrupt country. The government is quite corrupt. So the thing I want to say is, with all the changes that need to be made in Haiti that we all say need to be done, how is it really going to be done if the government can't really be trusted because it's corrupt and it's a known corrupt country? So that's the question I have.
Okay, and by the way, I'm just going to, just as parenthetically, our senator pointed out about reinforcing the existing institutions. And so sometimes people raise that question, if the existing institutions are problematic, how do you do it? So there was I saw a hand back, the young man right there, and then we're going to go here, and then that's about all we can do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Terry Farron. My mom's family is actually from Dominican Republic, and my dad's family is actually from Haiti. Ironic. But actually, my question would be, in the next, piggyback on her question, in the next 5 or 10 years, where do you see that the young diaspora like myself and my fellow people here could actually go and make a change in Haiti?
Okay, thank you so much. And also thank you for making it short right here. And that's the last one.
I guess in a response to what she has to say, I would like to raise a point that Haiti exists within an international community. So yes, there is like a point that the Haitian government is corrupt, but we also have an international community that actually support it. We can go back to what was done in 2010 during the election, the role that the State Department played in the election. And my question is, I study international development, and Haiti has a lot of NGOs. Is there any way that the government want to actually regulate who goes in Haiti and what they actually do in Haiti? Because doing that would also kind of create jobs in the public sector.
All right, we have 4 questions for the ambassador to take the lead in answering, and he can share to the degree he chooses. A couple of them have to do with the role of the diaspora, how to get the diaspora to buy in, to take some ownership. The second one is the dilemma of, on the one hand, needing to support the existing institutions so that the republic of NGOs are not constantly going around it, but also the question of corruption and how does that get dealt with. The third question is young people and how do you see young people be engaged is there sort of a plan over the next 5 years? And then the final question, which is related to the question of, is there a plan to regulate and rein in, sort of interpreting a bit, the NGOs? I think those are characterizations of the questions.
Thank you. On the issue of the diaspora and young folks, I'm spending my tenure looking at a particular demography within that the Haitian American diaspora that very few people look at. The numbers we look at, a lot of times we claim, Haitian Americans send $2 billion to Haiti. And those are the metrics we look at to say the diaspora is involved in Haiti. Whereas I'm part of a different generation. And I'm saying the resources that Haiti truly need, the folks who send $50, $100 that accumulate to $2 billion, that's great for them and their family. But the part of the discussion I'm talking about has nothing to do with money. In fact, it has to do with this young lady mentioning that she's Haitian American, yet she's fighting to find the right engineering to be involved in Haiti. So what does that mean? It means Haiti is in need of a number of allies out there who works in the Hall of Congress. So by the time some of the policies that Mr. Kankanen is making reference to, guess what? A lot of Haitians are making work on those legislation, but there's no connection between them and the country of their mothers and their fathers. And you have so many of those folks out there, the millennials, the folks in their 30s, hanging out there. Here's what the earthquake did for Haiti. Most of these folks, at times, it's a small family here, they used to be embarrassed to talk about the Haitian roots, in part because of all the negativity surrounding Haiti. But because of the earthquake, in part, folks have embraced their Haitian roots. But embracing it and finding the right engineering to be involved, it's a different subject matter. And I'm saying that conversation is not even part of the dialogue in Haiti, let alone in the diaspora. You have many folks who may be nostalgic about returning to Haiti. So my father's a cabbie in Boston. He wants to go back to his community. But he has limited ability in terms of helping Haiti leapfrog into the 21st century. So most of these young folks out here who may not know a word of Creole, who may not know a word of French, who may never set foot in Haiti, how do we find a ways to actually bring them in? Because at the end of the day, they are the folks of the future in many ways, the Haiti of the future, and somehow we still stuck in the past as far as we are concerned. So that's our challenge today. And as far as corruption, again, let me reframe this. I am not undermining the issue of corruption in Haiti, but I'm also saying it's vastly exaggerated under the issue of perception. I'm not saying today corruption doesn't exist in the government, nor doesn't exist in the past. But I used to have the same issues you have. It's been 4.5 years as a public servant. The issue of corruption is not the issue the Haitian government faces. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm simply saying it's been inflated to a point where the institution, corruption exists in the Hall of Congress in the U.S., but we're not asking to close the door of Congress because somebody's corrupted, right? We put the bad guys in jail. And it goes back again to the issues Mr. Kankanen raised. Is there a justice system? Is there a legal framework so that if I'm a bad ambassador, if I'm taking Haiti's money, I'm put in jail rather than closing the institution called the Embassy of Haiti? And the issue, the conversation is not moving there as well. So the next time somebody's telling you nothing works in Haiti because the government is corrupt, I'm hoping as part of that conversation, take a step back. And by the way, that's what we're doing with the Haitian American community. Every now and then, we're trying to entice the younger generation to come to Haiti. You cannot help address a problem that you don't even know what exists. So come down there, take baby steps, come spend a few months in Haiti, and we'll be more than happy to actually make you work with the senator, see how the Haitian Senate works, see how the public institution work, before we begin to actually make those generalizations as to why Haiti doesn't work because it's so corrupted. Again, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm simply saying it's vastly exaggerated to the detriment of the country.
Pour cette question,
For this question,
je pense que la diaspora de Washington, de New York, de Miami, de la France,
the
de
diaspora
Saint-Domingue,
of Washington, Miami, France, Santo Domingo,
de partout,
from everywhere,
doit s'harmoniser.
has to get together.
Et après cette unité, cette coordination et cette harmonisation,
And after they have gotten together, after they've coordinated,
la diaspora doit rentrer unie en Haïti
that diaspora has to come unified to Haiti
pour coloniser les couloirs économiques.
to begin to colonize the economic sector.
Et pourquoi pas coloniser les couloirs politiques de ce pays.
And why not colonize the political sector also?
Parce qu'en harmonie avec cette jeune dame qui vient de parler,
In harmony with this young lady who just spoke,
effectivement, il y a beaucoup de corruption en Haïti.
it is true, there is corruption, and there's a lot of corruption in Haiti.
Je viens de la mer.
I come from the sea,
Je vous dis qu'il y a des requins.
and I tell you, there are sharks.
Vous êtes sur la terre ferme.
You're on land.
Il faut me croire.
You have to believe me.
Et pour arriver à résoudre ce problème,
And to resolve this problem,
il faut que nous renforcions nos lois en Haïti.
we have to reinforce our own laws in Haiti.
Il faut arrêter tous ceux-là qui pratiquent la corruption.
We have to arrest those who are corrupt
Tracer des exemples
and make examples of them
pour que Haïti puisse devenir une terre
so that Haiti can become
où
a
tout le
land
monde, où tous ses fils
where
peuvent se
all of
sentir
his
bien
sons and daughters can
pour
feel good,
travailler au progrès de ce pays.
can work for the progress of the country.
C'est ce que je peux dire.
That's all I can say.
I really hope next year we really have this format again, because I think this has been a rich format, the opportunity to have some exchange and so forth, and we are really going to try to work on that. I apologize, we had an omission actually, and we really want to yield now some time, and what people would be indulgent and to be patient to listen to Dr. Prospero Charles, who's the Executive Director of the 1804 Institute. Again, our apologies. You now have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon. So basically, I have prepared a 20 pages speech. But for the sake of time, I'm going to put it in 2 minutes. Actually, I'm going to change it completely because I heard so many things. And actually, let me tell you something, guys. It's not, the man who just spoke here is Mr. Cantar. He's one of the lead senators in Haiti. He's one of the persons who's supposed to have the power to change laws, to do things that are positive for Haitians. But right now, he's blocking everything in Haiti. So I mean, when you talk, I'm not here to bashing people, but when you are talking about stuff that you think people do not know, anyway. So one of the things that I want to say is the cause of poverty in Haiti is man-made. We have been here talking about, okay, the international community is responsible, want to help us. But I come from a country who used to be responsible for its destiny. I came from a country where the country that changed race relationship forever. We black American here, we have to know what happened in 1804. How black people were being treated and what Haitian did. But now, when you look at Haiti, it's like those people are coming here all over the world, coming to the U.S. like begging. Like we forget who we are, who we were. What can we do? How can we take our destiny on our hands? And we have leaders here, people who have the power to change things, but yet things are not being changed. Yet nothing is being done. Let me give you just one quick thing. Just one quick thing that sums up everything that I want to say. Following the earthquake in Haiti, right? The World Bank conducted a study between 2011 and 2015. And they find out that the economy of Haiti grew by 2.4%. And actually, after that happened after the earthquake happened in 2010. But the growth in the economy, actually Haiti was the only country in the area whose economy was growing. 3.4% say the World Bank. And they also find out that poverty in Haiti fell from 31% to 24%, a huge decline by 10%. But then why? What happened? So when I went to investigate further, I realized there was no evidence whatsoever that the growth in economy or the poverty level that is being reduced has anything to do with whatever policy the government was making. There was no public policy that affected the reduction in poverty level. Actually, the problem is we had a lot of funding, a lot of money from the nation, from international community who were giving to Haiti after the earthquake, and a lot of those NGOs were spending those money in Haiti, hiring drivers, hiring construction workers, hiring people who were cleaning garbage, and that actually sort of reduced that high unemployment level that that the World Bank is referring to. There was nothing to do really with any public policy taken up by the government at that time. So that scared me. But then at the same time, I was surprised and I was happy because I said, oh, if poverty can fail, if the economy can grow, without really the support of the corrupt system, the corrupt government, well, there is a way we can do that now, just because Haiti has been staying in the politics for over 200 years. The only thing that matters in Haiti, whenever guys you hear about Haiti, it's about what's going on wrong, what is wrong, about the corrupt, the election that is not being done, about government that is corrupt. And those people stay in that political arena for a long time. And they don't address any other aspect. The economic aspect is not being addressed, the social aspect is not being addressed. A lot of those other aspects that can, that can contribute to the development of the country is not being addressed. So at the end, the study from the World Bank during those 3 years, we realized, during those 3 years, that was the Martin administration at that time, the social disturbance in Haiti, the social tensions were less. Why? Because a lot of those people were working, even when they were making little money with the NGOs, nobody paid attention to the politics. People were devoting the time to do what they can do best to take care of the family. But soon, the money went out. The NGOs are out. There's no more funding. So the people turn back to the government. Say, hey, what's going on? That's why you see now that social disturbance starting to return. Because the NGOs, those funding, those external funding, were the one really pushing Haiti forward, not governmental policies. So the problem is, if we want to be serious about it, we have to start looking at ourselves. Not all the time coming outside, going to outside of Haiti, talking about, hey, we are doing this, we are doing that. Haitians do not feel that way. So I think the cleaning up, the first thing we're supposed to do is supposed to be an internal. When the ambassador talk about dialogue, I have a proposal. I mean, I put that proposal in a book that's supposed to be published in December, which is what are the causes of poverty in Haiti. And you will find out that the cause of poverty in Haiti is not that we are God, we sign a pact with the devil, like Pat Robertson say. It's not that guy said that Haitian had 65% IQ, that they have the lowest IQ in the Caribbean. Not true. You will find out that the cause of poverty in Haiti is man-made. And they are most of the corrupt leaders of Haiti, are responsible for it. At the end of the day, I'm not here to bashing leaders. I think we all can get together and work for the development of Haiti. But we have to be serious about it. If we need something to be done, it has to start internally. Then we can go outside like we have done before. Then we can be an example for every black people, every black country around the world.
All right, thank you very much. Well, let me just say that a couple of things as we conclude. The first thing we want to say as we conclude, there was a question about Congressman Conyers being asked to be a champion. I don't think we ever have to worry about Congressman Conyers being a champion. He is committed to Haiti. There are other members of the Congressional Black Caucus who are committed to Haiti. Even when the United States government wanted to abandon Haiti, the Congressional Black Caucus, because of the long-standing relationships between African Americans and Haitian Americans and Haiti, we will never, ever abandon Haiti. So, that's something that we don't have to worry about. That commitment is strong. Secondly, I wanted to thank Keenan Keller in particular because this panel had a lot of discussion about rural development, a lot of discussion about what's happening in the agricultural sector. This is something that I raised with him because I think it is critically important that we talk about the issue of how does a nation feed itself? How do we, in fact, invest in the agricultural section? And how do we adopt policies from the United States government that incentivize agriculture as opposed to destabilize agriculture, which has been the case very often. So I wanted to also extend that thanks to Keenan for that. And finally, I just wanted to give a shout out to a lady in the audience, because the Haiti Support Project, literally, one of the things, and the tone today has been very positive. It's about been reframing the image. One of the things I have to say without a question, I was talking to our friend from the Chamber of Commerce when I went to Haiti the first time. There's a lot of poverty, a lot of things. But there is, to me, this is my personal view, you will find nowhere in the world that I know of a people who are more energetic, more anxious, more eager to fight for their freedom and also to emerge again in the rightful place as the first black republic in the world. That is the energy of Haiti. I mean, you have people wanting to do projects. There's just a tremendous amount of energy. And you find, I'm a Pan-Africanist. And so if I never, ever went to Africa, ever, all you have to do is go to Haiti. There's no shame. There's no apologies. There's no, well, you know, Haiti is African. And there's no apologies about that. So there's a great resource in Haiti that we need to tap into. And one of the things we've done with the Haiti Support Project, and many of you know, we have taken hundreds of African Americans to Haiti as a way of exposure and building the relationships. And we've also worked to do investment in Haiti, not from some pity party kind of relationship, in terms of how to build capacity and to do that from the perspective of the people on the ground who are dictating what it is that they need. And one of the people who has been to Haiti with me 4 times at least, maybe more, is this woman, Emily Moore, sitting right here. She's gone to Haiti with me at least 4 times, and she's gone to the Citadel. She is, what, 72 years old now? And she has been to the Citadel every time we've gone to Haiti. So I just want to give her a shout out as well. So we say, a luta continua, but we know that victory is assured. Haiti will rise again. Truth, crushed to earth, will rise again. Thank you so much for being here for this incredible experience.